Now I know what you're thinking, probably. Oh my gosh, another Sonic 1 review? This is getting so boring. And, well, yeah, you're not wrong. But I'm gonna do this anyway, okay? Starting the game up. Wait, why is it in widescreen? And since when was there a prompt telling me to press start? And whatever, it's probably nothing. After pressing start, is that a menu? Whatever, it's fine. And a save select? What is this, Sonic 1 Ultra Omega Deluxe? Anyways, after choosing a save, we start the game and load it to Green Hill Zone. Blah blah blah, most iconic zone in the series, blah blah blah, looking a lot more like Sandhill right now, blah blah blah. Is that Evil Mario? And after that, we move on to Marble Zone. What? Yeah, so it turns out this is actually a fan game called Sonic 1 Forever, which is basically a PC port of the Christian Whitehead port of Sonic 1. A port of a port, if you will. Developed by Team Forever, which supports mods. And this extra level is a part of a mod I added onto it. If you want to know how to download and play this fan game, look it up or something, I'm not your dad. Anyway, Bridge Zone is a pretty good zone. In fact, it's actually a remake of the zone of the same name in Sonic 1 for the Master System and Game Gear. I like how it balances platforming, speed, and water sections pretty much perfectly. Not to mention the submarine boss in Act 3. Did I mention the special stages? Because they're pretty neat. Why is it rotating so much? This is so trippy. I think I'm gonna be sick. Moving on to Marble Zone. Look, if I'm being honest, Marble Zone isn't all that bad. Look, I'm not saying it's the best, not even close, but it's okay. I do like that you actually have to platform for most of the level, unlike later games in the series, which isn't necessarily a problem, but it's nice to have Sonic levels like that sometimes. The only thing holding it back is, admittedly, sometimes it can get too slow, and the theme is kind of basic, like what does marble even mean? But otherwise, it's an okay zone. Oh yeah, the flamethrower boss is pretty good as well. There's also Rocky Mountain Zone, which is actually based on a cut zone from Sonic 1, but was brought back to life in this Sonic 1 Forever mod, and I quite like the aesthetic. The titles they use for the level look pretty good, and the shading is nice too, not to mention the new music they added. The original prototype music though, not so much. Jungle Zone. Yeah, the only good thing about this zone is its music and the log sections. Everything else isn't. I mean, it doesn't even have a boss, darn it. But Alex, Rocky Mountain didn't have a boss either. Shh. Did you just shush me? Who invited Discount Casino Night Zone? In all seriousness though, Spring Yard is kinda just alright. I really don't have much of an opinion on it because the entire zone is just meant to test your momentum, and that's the gimmick. And the boss isn't all that great either. All Eggman does is charge down at you with a spike and grab a block and explode it. The whole idea is that you have to wait for Eggman to come down to hit him, but when he does, he removes the floor, making it harder and harder to stay on the ground. But there are two unfortunate exploits to this. One, you can easily hit him like 3 times every time he comes down, and the worst one is the insta shield. Because the neat thing about this fan game is that it comes with settings that allow you to turn on moves from later games. And one of them is the insta shield from Sonic 3, which allows you to have a temporary shield that attacks and extends your hitbox. You see where I'm going with this? Yeah, you can just cheese this entire boss fight with barely any effort. Moving on to... No. Labyrinth Zone. Everybody hates Labyrinth Zone. Look, even Sonic doesn't want to be here. Labyrinth Zone sucks. The water sucks, the spikes suck, the drowning mechanic is terrifying. Can you believe the people at Sega were about to make this the second zone? Because I sure couldn't. And the boss just reeks of I don't give a darn. Screw it, it's done, moving on. Ah, Starlight Zone. Beautiful night skies, calming music, fun speed sections mixed with platforming. Almost everything about this zone is great. Almost everything. Stupid fans blowing me away. Ooh, they make me mad. And the boss is actually designed pretty darn good. You're supposed to stand on these seesaw thingies to launch the spike bombs at Eggman. But the neat thing is that's not the only way you can damage him. Because you can also just launch yourself at Eggman, making 2 ways to defeat him, which I find pretty neat. Unfortunately, none of what I just said matters right now because I enabled 7 Chaos Emeralds in the settings and just unlocked Super Sonic, so I can just speed blitz the entire boss fight. Scrap Brain Zone. As annoying as it can be, I do find its difficulty to be mostly fair, and I like the aesthetic that each act is descending deeper and deeper into Eggman's lair. I also like the little spinny gears in Act 2. Alright, we beat Act 2, what next? Hey, Eggman? Eggman, what are you doing? Eggman, no! Oh no, not this again! And it's way more difficult too! Well, we finally did it. Sky-based zone. This is my favorite zone in the game. It has the perfect blend of platforming, speed, difficulty, and aesthetic that makes the entire zone fun and enjoyable, not to mention the amazing music that just gets even better in Act 2. Like I'm telling you, if you don't have this fan game and mod yet, go check it out. They're both really good and they give you the definitive Sonic 1 experience. I also like Act 3 for giving us a bunch of rings to prepare for the final boss. Now, it's not all that great by today's classic Sonic game standards, but it was decent for its time. You see, there are 4 pistons in the room, and Eggman drops down 2 of them randomly, and you have to hit the piston Eggman is in and try not to get squashed. And in between that, he turns on 4 electricity balls that home in on you. Overall, it's not all that difficult, but it's enjoyable, and the music makes it that much better too. Now for my overall opinion on Sonic 1 Forever, mod included, it's pretty good. Not the best, but I could easily play this more than once. I mean shoot, I already did. The only real problems I have with this game are Spring Yard, Jungle, Labyrinth, and Labyrinth Zone Act 4, I mean Scrap Brain Act 3. Everything else is pretty darn good. Okay, how do I end this video? Subscribe, like, comment, and vid next week, I guess. Okay, bye!